Hello everyone, my name is Cody. I work in the cloud. I worked in tech for about 10 years, cloud for about 3, and I'm here to share with you how to get into tech. I have this AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate certification there and can vouch for this amount of money. Usually this list, however, is usually someone with a few years of experience, at least 1 to 2, but what I'm trying to show with this list is it is possible to make this kind of money in tech. If you check out my most recent video, I talk about where I went with my career path, making $10 an hour up to 6 figures plus, and I'm trying to share my experience and knowledge. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to share. Happy to answer any questions that I can. Otherwise, I do have a Discord channel that's posted in my bio where I'm happy to answer any of your questions there as well. I do have 4 AWS certifications. So I have the AWS Certified Solutions Architect, I have the AWS Developer, the AWS SysOps, and the AWS Cloud Practitioner certification, as well as Comptia Security Plus and the Google Cloud Certified Engineer, Associate Engineer certification. So I have about 6 total certifications, and it's, like I said, it's definitely possible to make this amount of money. It just may take a year or 2 to do it, but totally possible. The longer rangers, what was your first cert? My first cert was Comptia Security Plus. However, if you're brand new to tech, I would not start with that as your first cert. I'd actually studied for the Comptia A Plus and Comptia Network Plus first, but I didn't take the exam. I just studied for them. So I skipped those 2 as far as taking the exam and got the Security Plus certification. Let's see, Wild Will Cody, how long does it take to get CISSP? Honestly, it depends on your study habits. But before you take the CISSP, you have to have knowledge in 2 security domains. They classify cybersecurity jobs in 5 different domains, and you have to have experience in 2 before you take that cert. That Girly Joe, 28, what's the average time frame for some of these certifications? Again, depends on study habits. Like the Cloud Practitioner took me a week. The Solutions Architect took me about 3 weeks. If you have no knowledge of AWS, it might take you a month or maybe 2, maybe longer, honestly. Christine Pell, are technological and medical certifications on the list? No, these are primarily tech certifications. And just because you don't see a cert you do not see a cert listed on this, doesn't mean it's not a good one. I just chose it because it has AWS and Google Cloud listed at the top. And I work in cloud, so it's a easy talking point for me to start talking about tech. Anthony 33225, best way to learn pen testing. If you have no cybersecurity knowledge, I would recommend starting with Comptia Security Plus. I have it posted in my Discord, and I'd recommend using ProfessorMesser.com, which I also have posted in my Discord. He has free YouTube training videos for the Comptia A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus. Highly recommend checking those out. Let's see. If I don't get to your question or comment, I'm not skipping it on purpose, just a lot of comments coming in right now. So please feel free to reach out to me on my Discord server or LinkedIn or Instagram. Do you need a degree to get in? It's becoming less and less of a thing to need a degree in tech, although there are some companies that still require a degree to be hired, although a degree is not required to take any of these certifications. They do recommend at least a year or 2 for some of these certifications before taking them, at least a year or 2 of experience, excuse me. Those of you that are sharing and liking and double tapping the screen, thank you, thank you, thank you. Potato Warrior says, I'm trash at math. Would I have to learn high math before, and how long would it take me? No, you do not need to know math unless you were going into a field like cryptography. Ryan Ramos says, can I screenshot the list, please? Yes, let me answer 1 or 2 more questions, and then I'll move so you can see the full list. Just bear with me just a moment. Otherwise, you can find it on Discord, link in bio. PCAPS says, where do you get AWS, and can I just get that? So AWS means Amazon Web Services. So it's a certification on how to use Amazon Web Services. Tommy Aaron says, which is least stressful? Honestly, all of them would be stressful, at least to me. I don't think that if you're looking for an easy one or a less stressful one, tech is probably not for you. Peter Tran says, can I do move so I can see the list? Sure, I will. Let me answer 1 more question and I'll move. Susan says they're taking the CISSP on Wednesday. Wish me luck. Very cool. That's awesome. Hope you do well. Let me know how it goes, Susan. All right, let me go ahead and move since I've yet to move. So you can screenshot this list. Otherwise, you can find it on my Discord server underneath the career channel under the Tech Cody resources. So I'll go ahead and move in 3, 2, 1. All right, if you didn't get that screenshot, do not worry. I will move again here shortly. Otherwise, you can find it on my Discord channel, or excuse me, Discord server underneath the career channel. If I don't get to your question or comment, like I said, I'm not skipping it on purpose, just a lot of comments coming in right now. I wish I could answer you all, but it's nearly impossible when we start getting this amount of people in here. So please be patient with me. Otherwise, feel free to message me on Discord or message me on LinkedIn or Instagram. If you don't mind giving the screen a few double taps, I'd appreciate it much. Newfound Glory says, how do I get started? I wouldn't recommend starting with any of these certifications. Usually these certs are usually people with 1 to 2 years of experience. However, I do recommend starting with the Comptia A+ certification and using ProfessorMesser.com to study with his free videos. The Comptia A+ certification is a certification to take if you're brand new to tech and need to learn the fundamentals. You'll find those links in my Break Into Tech channel on my Discord. Francisco Guetta says, is Python and MySQL a good way to start an internship? Absolutely. Learning either one of those would be a good start, actually, for an internship. Honestly, even an entry-level role. Eagle 12 says, need far more than a certification for these. So these are not jobs, these are certifications, but if you're talking about the salary, yes. Just getting this certification will not guarantee you this amount of money, nor will it guarantee you a job. What I'm trying to show with this is, for example, I have the number 3 one, AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate, and I can vouch for that amount of money. I have 3 years of experience in cloud and about 10 in tech. But what I'm trying to show is it is possible to make this kind of money within a few years and obtaining these certifications. Darwin Nation, any of these compatible with data analyst? Absolutely. There's the data engineer from Google Cloud listed at the top. Legit Tech says, yo, hello, welcome, thanks for joining. Someone says, put a shoe on my head. I'll pass. Mascaro Data says, are you talking about cert with no experience? Because then I beg to differ. No, I'm not talking about certs with no experience. Like I said, usually people with these certifications are usually people with at least a few years of experience, if not just a couple. How did you get your job? So I started, if you check out my most recent video, I talk about my salary progression. I have a bachelor degree in hotel management and went and was sick of working in the hotel. Got my Comptia Security Plus certification, and I'd studied for the A+ Network Plus prior. I just didn't take the exam. But I got my Security Plus certification and got my desktop support job. Moved to system administrator within 6 months. move to cloud engineer after a year, and then cloud architect after another year, making over 6 figures. You're welcome, Reese. You're welcome, the Magic Girl. You're welcome. Let me answer a few more questions, everybody, and I'll move in just a few moments. Otherwise, you can find this list on my Discord under the career channel. Verdelzar says, just got my first tech job, entry level starting tomorrow. Thanks for your advice last week. Very cool. That's very exciting. I usually recommend, if you have customer service experience, to start studying for the A+ exam and start applying for entry-level tech jobs immediately. Whether it's desktop support, help desk, junior sysadmin, usually those, like, especially help desk jobs are 90% customer service, and they can teach you the tech. They can't teach you the soft skills usually. So if you have customer service skills, start studying for the Comptia A+ certification, put on your resume the estimated completion date, and apply for help desk jobs. I almost guarantee you'll get one. Those of you that are helping each other out in the chat, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you don't mind giving a few double taps on the screen, I'd really appreciate it. Let me answer 2 more questions and then I'll move out of the way so you can see the full list. Otherwise, you can find it on my Discord. I usually do post these on my YouTube afterwards as well. Any advice for someone who has a diploma in cybersecurity? What's the next best cert? Ask Tara 0. Honestly, if you have a degree in cybersecurity, I would not recommend getting a certification. What's going to be more important for you, Tara, is getting a job. So typically in cybersecurity, it's really hard to get your first job in cybersecurity. So usually you'll start at something like help desk or a junior role. So expect to either be in like a help desk role or desktop support role first, and then move into cybersecurity. Because usually in cybersecurity, they at least want someone with foundational knowledge in tech before you get your first cybersecurity job. So I would definitely start looking for a help desk or desktop support job, and then expect to move to your cybersecurity job within 6 months to a year. Rosen NVA says, currently working at help desk, and I have the Security Plus cert. What would be my next best step? Honestly, it depends what interests you most. If you want to do cybersecurity, you can get a junior security analyst role now that you've worked a help desk job, or move into anything else like computer networking, cloud, system administration. Kind of just depends what interests you most, honestly. If I don't get to your question or comment, I'm not skipping it on purpose, just a lot of comments coming in right now. Please feel free to reach out to me on my LinkedIn, where you can message me there, or on Instagram, or my Discord. All those links are in my bio. I'll go ahead and move now so you can see this full list. You can also find it in the career section of my Discord channel. I'm gonna move in 3, 2, 1. All right, if you did not get that screenshot, do not worry. I will move here in just a few minutes. Let me answer some more tech questions, and then we will show the list again. Otherwise, you can find it in my Discord server, which is brand new. That's why I'm promoting it so much. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I do these lives every 2 to 3 days, and I try to answer as many questions as I can within an hour. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I do have worked in cloud for about 3 years, and tech for about 10. So a lot of this is my own experience and opinion. Please do your own research on what's best for you, whether it's a certification, a degree, a boot camp, or self-study. They're all viable paths. Just depends what you have time and money for, right? But don't let anyone tell you one is better than the other, because it's really situational on your personal experience and situation. Easy Will says, what is the best way in this career to start? So if you're interested in the infrastructure side of tech, whether that's cybersecurity, computer networking, system administration, or cloud even, the typical path is to start at a help desk job. And usually to get a help desk job, I recommend to start studying for the A+ certification from Comptia. And you can use ProfessorMesser.com to study for free. He has free YouTube training. Although there is a lot of memorization on that exam, he does offer study notes and practice tests. They're like 20 to 25 bucks, and they were worth every penny when I took my Comptia Security Plus. So I highly would recommend. MHYK says, really interested in full stack development. If you're interested in being a software engineer or full stack developer, highly recommend checking out freecodecamp.com as well as roadmap.sh, which is roadmap developer website. It shows you different roadmaps on either a full stack, front end, back end, or DBA roadmaps. You can also find those links in my programming channel on my Discord server under the Tech Cody resources. Who earns more, a cloud engineer or cloud architect? Asked Kananchi OB 2022. Honestly, usually a cloud architect would earn more than a cloud engineer. The reason being, an architect is typically more senior role, so you're going to probably find a cloud architect being paid more. All right, let me answer a few more questions and then I'll move so you can see the full list behind me. Manis says, I have a bachelor's in information systems. What's the best certification for me? What can you recommend? Honestly, if you have a bachelor degree in information systems, I would not recommend a certification. I'd recommend getting actual job experience. I would not recommend a certification if you already have a bachelor degree. MHYK, should I focus on back end or front end? Kind of split the difference between the two. Honestly, it just depends what your interest is. Typically, people start with front end because it's easier to learn, especially when you're starting out, and then they typically learn back end afterwards. But typically, either one depending on your interest. Thanks for the rose, Sonny. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the hand wave, Easy Will. Really appreciate it. Those of you that are following and sharing this live, thank you so much. If you guys don't mind giving a few double taps on the screen, I'd also really appreciate it. South Park Astro, finishing masters in MIS, what should I apply for? Again, it depends on your personal interests, whether it's cybersecurity, computer networking, cloud, software engineer. They're all good roles, honestly. I work from home remote full time. I live in the United States. I have this certification here and can vouch for that amount of money. I work as much as I need to, as long as the job gets done. My boss is super chill, and honestly, I work anywhere from 4 to 12 hours a day, depending on the day and what needs to be done. The Lone Rangers, do you recommend getting a degree in IT? Absolutely. If you have the time and money to, absolutely. All right. Let me answer one more question, and then I'll move so you can see the full list. Kiki Iona says, want to start front end? I got a Coursera Meta Introduction to Front End Dev. What do you think? Thank you. Honestly, any place is worth starting. The typical resource that I recommend is freecodecamp.com. They have great resources there for learning front end. So that's usually a resource that I recommend. It is listed in my programming channel on my Discord as well. Let me go ahead and move so you guys can see the list. Otherwise, you can find it in the career channel on my Discord. I'll move in 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you for your patience. Let me answer some more questions and then we'll show the list again. Otherwise, you can find it on my Discord server. Again, if I'm not getting your question or comment, not skipping it on purpose, when you get this many people in here, it's just hard to answer you all. It's near impossible, really. I wish I could answer each of your questions, but like I said, I can't. So please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, LinkedIn, or my Discord server, and I'm happy to talk to you one-on-one there. How do you start? Asks Frida Herrera. Honestly, these certificates are typically people with 1 to 2 years of experience, and just getting these certifications doesn't mean this amount of money, nor does it guarantee you a job. But if you're brand new and have no tech experience, I don't care if you're a nurse, I don't care if you're a truck driver, work in retail, I don't care if you're 18 years old, I don't care if you're 50, 60, anybody can move into tech. And if you're interested in the infrastructure side, so cybersecurity, computer networking, cloud, system administration, that type of thing, I recommend starting with Comptia A+. It's the foundational certification for getting into tech. Getting that certification will help you get an entry-level job, such as a help desk role or desktop support role, like I started in. Otherwise, if you're interested in being a programmer or developer, I would not get a certification. I would focus on learning the code and building projects for your portfolio, which you would then use to show recruiters and hiring managers. Uncecil says, thoughts on WGU? WGU is Western Governors University. It's an online school that's competency-based. It's a great concept. I have seen people get master's degrees in months, which is really cool. I've also seen people kind of game the system where they'll go get their foundational credits from another online source that's cheaper, then transfer the credits to WGU, and they'll get a bachelor's degree within a few months. You also come out of WGU with a ton of different certifications. So example, if you come out of the cloud computing bachelor's, you have a host of AWS certifications as well as Comptia. All right, let's answer a couple more questions and then we'll move out of the way so you can see the full list. Bear with me just a few more minutes while I answer 1 or 2 more questions, and I'll move out of the way so you can see this list. Otherwise, you can find this list on my Discord channel under the career channel on my Discord. Those of you that are helping each other out in the chat, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me, having you guys help each other out. We are almost to 10,000 likes. If you guys don't mind giving a few double taps so we could get to 10K really quick, that would be super awesome. If I work full-time, can I take classes at my own pace? Asked Lunch Lady 1. Absolutely. For example, when I'm studying for certifications, I take a full day and study. And then I don't study for the rest of the week. So I study one day a week, 8 hours at a time, until I'm ready to pass the exam. Right now I'm studying for the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Professional, which is the one up from this one on number 3. So I'll be taking that one soon. Like I said, I'm 4 times AWS certified at my Comptia Security Plus, as well as my Google Cloud Certified Associate Cloud Engineer cert. All right. Surprised there isn't anything from ServiceNow on here. Huge market, says ChemDocs. Honestly, if you don't see a certification on here, it doesn't mean it's not a good one. It just happened to be that this website surveyed 4,000 people, and this was the results that they got, right? So if you go find another list from another website, I guarantee you're going to find 5 different lists with 5 different results. So just because a cert is not on here doesn't mean it's not a good one. Honestly, any cert is good as long as you have a plan for it, whether it helps you move to a new career, get a promotion, whatever it may be. Just have a plan for your certification. Does data analytics bootcamp help break into tech? Yeah, boot camps are a great way to get into tech, honestly, but just be super careful when you're picking your boot camp. There are some really scammy boot camps out there, so please do your research before choosing one. Not only should they help you learn whatever it is they're teaching, but they should also be helping you get a job afterwards. They should already have relationships with companies to get you a job. All right, let me answer one more question and then I'll move out of the way so you can see the full list. Sawdust Sweet says OSCP will get you 150K. I absolutely believe that. It's a great cert to get if you're interested in pen testing or cybersecurity. Someone says you don't answer anything and you're always in the way. Move. I'd appreciate it if you're a little more kind. Like I said, I move every few minutes so you can see the full list. Bear with me while Is the Comptia A+ worth it? Absolutely. It's a great cert to start out if you're brand new to tech and have no experience. Getting that certification will help you get your first tech job like Comptia. All right, it's been a minute since I've moved, so let me go ahead and do so. I'm going to move in 3, 2, 1. All right, if you did not get a screenshot of that, do not worry. I will move again here in just a moment. I also have this posted on my Discord server under the career channel. Joe Biden asks, how long is the one-on-one Zoom call? So you must have clicked my bio. I do have a resume kit posted there, as well as a one-on-one Zoom call where we can talk about your career. It is a 1-hour Zoom call that I offer to people if you're interested. Calvin Burton says, what's the easiest way to get into that pays high and can work part-time remotely? If you're looking for an easy job and making a lot of money, tech is probably not your answer, honestly. Tech can be difficult, and if you're looking for a high-paying job, usually something like software engineer or programmer are going to be the way you want to go. But otherwise, if you're just interested in working in tech, entry-level jobs usually range between $40,000 and $60,000 a year, depending on where you live and your cost of living and years of experience. Farhad Alma 46, how much can I earn with the Google IT Support Professional Certificate? Honestly, usually that certificate would probably only be entry-level job like help desk or desktop support, so anywhere between $40,000 and $60,000. Bad reputation IT, where do you think the AWS CCP lands? Any real benefit, or do you need to get deeper into it? So the AWS CCP stands for AWS Cloud Practitioner. It's the foundational Amazon Web Services certificate. It teaches you foundational knowledge of cloud. Typically, it's marketed towards managers, C-level people, or anybody that's interested in learning cloud. Usually that certification, you could maybe get a junior cloud engineer role with it, but I would recommend getting that certification and then going deeper with the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate. That would get you a little bit more knowledge and more likely to get a cloud job. However, you're not going to jump right into a cloud job as an entry-level job. Typically, you'd want to start at help desk or desktop support prior, so you can get that foundational knowledge first. Melvin said they're not going to hire a newbie for a cloud systems architect. Absolutely. Architect is usually someone more senior, typically at least 2 to 3 years of experience, if not more. You can compare a cloud architect to a house architect building houses. A cloud architect builds systems in the cloud without having that construction knowledge or degree. A house architect is you're not gonna trust just anyone to build your house, right? And architect that. I mean, it can be done, but most likely your cloud architect is going to be someone more senior. Which one would you recommend for a complete beginner? I would not recommend any of these certifications for a complete beginner. I'd recommend Comptia A+ as a starting certification. The reason why I'm showing this list is it is possible to make this amount of money within a year or two of entering your tech job. I have this certification here and can vouch for that amount of money. And I've worked in cloud for about 3 years, for example. Someone says Discord ? Details. I have my Discord posted in my bio. You can find it there. If I don't get to your question or comment, please don't take it personally. There's a lot of questions coming in right now. So please feel free to hit me up on LinkedIn, Instagram, or on my Discord server. Life of Des, which certification would you recommend if I have no degree but you're tech savvy? So I also have this posted in my Break Into Tech channel on my Discord. If you have tech knowledge, for example, you're helping your family and friends fix their computers, you could probably skip the Comptia A+ certification and do the Network Plus certification and then Security Plus afterwards. They call it the Comptia trifecta. So A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus, usually done in that order. So if you're tech savvy and helping your families and friends fix their computer, you can skip the A+ and go to Network Plus. If you can subnet and know what a CIDR address is and you can do subnetting, go ahead and skip the Network Plus and go to the Security Plus. Do you think a cybersecurity degree is worth it? Says Green Robin Bird. Absolutely. If you have the time and money for a degree, absolutely do it. I regret not getting my computer science degree. I have a bachelor's in hotel management. Whether it's a degree, a boot camp, a certification, or self-study, they're all viable paths. Can a cert alone land me a job? I would say no, but you can get the Comptia A+ certification and have customer service skills and get an entry-level tech job fairly easily. And I would say almost everybody has customer service skills. Melvin 2K says this is misleading. These certs are for senior engineers, hence why they get paid more. So like I've been prefacing every time I bring up this list, this is usually people with 1 to 2 years of experience. So I'm not misleading. I'm just trying to show that it's possible to make this type of money. Are these free to get, just study and pass, or do you have to pay for it, says Yankee Candle? So these are certifications that you have to take an exam to get. These are not just courses that you take and get a certification afterwards. These are certifications you train for and then take a proctored exam, and then once you pass, you get certified. Adrian P1447, I'm struggling to get an entry-level front-end dev job, but have the knowledge. So if you're struggling to get a job, you're doing one of these three things wrong. You're either not customizing your resume for every job that you apply for, and by that I mean putting whatever in the job description in your resume. Second, you're probably not networking with people that work in the field that you want to work in. For example, either virtually or in person. My first desktop support job, I met on a cybersecurity Discord channel, someone that posted a job in a jobs channel. I hit him up, he handed my resume to the hiring manager, and that's how I got my first job as desktop support. Third, you need to be practicing your interviewing skills, whether that's friends or family or actually applying for jobs and interviewing. For example, I interview at companies even though I'm happy at my current job. That way I can practice my interviewing skills as also see if I'm getting paid fairly and making sure I'm keeping up with the job market and skills. So like I said, three things: customize your resume, networking with people virtually or in person, and practicing your interviewing skills. I guarantee if you do those three things, you'll have a lot easier time of getting a job in front-end development. Flame of Ambition, what's your name on LinkedIn? My link is in the bio. You can find my LinkedIn, Discord, and Instagram all in my bio. Those of you that are hanging out with me, I appreciate it. Please give me a few double taps on the screen for a couple of likes. I'd really appreciate it. A lot of the advice I'm giving is my own experience and opinion, so please do your own research on what is best for you. Mike says no CCIE there. Just because you don't see a certification on here doesn't mean it's not a good one. I just grabbed this list because it has cloud at the top, and that's what I do is cloud. They surveyed 4,000 people in the US, and that's how they got this list. I guarantee if you search another website and they do their own survey of top paying certifications, you're going to find a different list. All right, it's been a few minutes since I've moved, so let me go ahead and move now, and you can see the full list. Otherwise, you can find it under my career channel on my Discord, which is linked in my bio. I'll go ahead and move in 3, 2, 1. All right. Looks like we're up to 13,000 likes. I bet we can get to 15 here in just a minute. Someone's spamming, I don't see Scrum Master on the list. Like I said, if you don't see a cert on here, it doesn't mean it's not a good one. You're going to find 50 different top paying certification lists, and they're all going to be different. You get paid from these videos? No, I do not. I do TikTok as kind of a passion project. I like helping people and getting people into tech. I do plan to monetize it eventually, but right now I make absolutely nothing from this. I do offer a tech advice one-on-one Zoom meeting with people, which is paid for, and I usually meet with a person like once a month. So honestly, the amount of money I make from TikTok is pennies. I do offer a resume kit in my bio as well, but honestly, a lot of that's just there and I hardly ever advertise it. But when it comes to TikTok, I am part of the Creator Fund, but it pays pennies. I hope to one day maybe get some sponsorships from different tech companies, but we'll see. Right now I make enough money working from home full time, working in the cloud to not have to worry about paying my bills, which is great. I don't have to look at my bank account every time I have to pay a bill, which is such a great feeling. Working from home and having a work-life balance is amazing. I work in this office where I'm sitting at right now in my home. I walk down my hallway in the morning, sit down and get to work. But yeah, that's kind of my current situation. Someone says start with the AWS Solutions Architect Associate. honestly, I would only recommend that if you're already working in tech. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time. These are, someone says, free certifications to enter tech industry. Any free certification that you'd find from completing a course is probably not worth doing, or well, it may be worth doing, but it's not going to get you a job. Megany Essentials. I have a comp science degree and love working with SQL and data. Any good data certifications? There is the Google Cloud Certified Professional Data Engineer, but if you already have a degree, you can most likely get a job. I probably would not recommend getting a certification since you already have a degree. Can you make a list of the highest paying companies? I actually have a list of highest paying companies for software engineers if you guys are interested. Someone asked, is AWS American Welding Society? No, these are all tech positions and tech certifications. AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. Let me show you something that's kind of wild. It's a list of top paying companies from a website called levels.fyi, and it is insane. Bear with me just a moment while I find it. You guys will be if the list behind me that I currently have blows your mind, wait till you see this list. All right, this is a list of top paying software engineering jobs with 0 to 2 years of experience. Actually, that's the wrong one. I wanted this one. Okay, so this is entry-level engineers from the top paying companies in total compensation. So total compensation is base salary, stock, and bonus. So if you guys are in tech just to make money, become a software engineer and entry-level jobs. All right, get ready for this. $200,000 a year. Crazy, 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 crazy. So we got 2 Sigma, Box, Roblox, Stripe, Netflix, LinkedIn, and then Lyft there at the bottom. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. So if you guys are in it just to make money, become a software engineer. Although the work, I'm not saying it's easy to get this job, and these are definitely the most high-paying companies ever, but yeah, this is insane. So this is a website called levels.fyi. And this is entry-level software engineers. So they're usually like web developers, software programmers, that kind of thing. Craziness. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So this is just crazy. So if you're interested in how they found this, how they came to these numbers, it's a website called levels.fyi. I also have this posted in my Discord channel under the career section. So would recommend checking out levels.fyi if you're interested in finding out salaries for tech companies. Yep, Ron Rivas just posted it. Very good website, highly recommended. There's more jobs than just software engineers. They have like technical product managers, software engineers, all sorts of different jobs on this website. All right, let me switch back to my other list. Bear with me. Just a moment, please. All right, we're back. So like I said, just because, these are a lot of money, what I'm really trying to show you all is that it's possible to make this kind of money. With some hard work, dedication, it's totally possible. Anybody can do it. I don't care if you're a nurse, truck driver, work in retail, whatever it is, anybody can do it. But it's definitely work to get work. All right, let's see. What was the website again? The last website was levels.fyi. Someone says, is 42 too old to switch? Says the dude. It is not too old. I don't care if you're 18, 20, 40, 60, anybody can move into tech. Someone says you need to be able to pass very technical interviews for software engineering positions. Absolutely. There's usually multiple rounds of interviews for software engineers. Like you said, it is possible, but it's difficult. Nita says, I'm a tier 3 help desk specialist with Security Plus and Network Plus certs. Need to move up. Any advice? Yes, so you should be qualified for a junior system admin role, or at the very least a system admin role, if that would interest you. Or otherwise, if you're interested in cybersecurity or computer networking, I'd recommend going for a junior networking role or a junior security analyst or junior SOC analyst role and working your way up there. If you're having a hard time doing that, maybe do an internship, shadow someone from another department, like the cybersecurity department or computer networking. Do whatever you can to move up. Try not to get stuck in your help desk position. Having your Security Plus and networking certs should help you do that. Ron Revis says, Cody, what is your salary now? So I actually just posted a video about my salary progression. I started out as a desktop support tech making $40,000, moved my way up to system administrator in 6 months, making $60,000. Cloud, and then after a year moved to cloud engineer, making about $75,000. And now as a cloud architect, I make over 6 figures. And all I'll say about my current salary is I have this certification here and can vouch for that amount of money. Someone says if they move to Dallas, their total compensation would go from $200,000 to $175,000. I do believe that's true. Depending on your area and your cost of living, there's usually areas that are 20 to 30% more. So example, the Bay Area usually pays more. New York, those type of areas usually have higher salaries than the rest of us because they have higher cost of living. Nita says, okay, thank you. I work with engineers and going to do that. Thank you so much. Honestly, just showing an interest would help me move up. Like I showed an interest in networking. One of the networking guys kind of mentored me. He even set up like a test rack with our Cisco equipment. And he even set up a little lab for me to do, which is really cool. Just showing the interest that you're wanting to learn something new and learn something out of your purview is very helpful. Not only does it help you learn something, but it shows your management that you're interested in moving up and learning more and skilling up, right? And they'll be more than happy to help you move along. Otherwise, if not, try to find another company. I guarantee you, at your Help 3 desktop job, you're very wanted. There's lots of companies out there looking for help. I get hit up 5 to 10 times a day by recruiters. So if you work in tech and you've worked in your same company for longer than 1 to 2 years, I guarantee you can make 20 to 30% more than what you're making now. Usually promotions are just enough to keep up with inflation, so anywhere from 3 to 10%. So those large jumps in salaries where people are starting to make this kind of money is usually from moving companies. People usually think the more money, the more difficult the job. And yeah, that's kind of true. But honestly, I actually make more money and have less work and less stress. But that work that I'm doing is more, what's the word I'm looking for? The work that I'm doing, even though it's less work, it is more high priority and more business outcomes and driving where the business goes. Now that I'm more of a senior role. All right, my dinner is here, so I think I'm gonna leave you with that. If I didn't get to your question or comment, please don't take it personally. There's just so many people in here, it's hard to answer all your questions. Please feel free to hit me up on LinkedIn, Instagram, or my new Discord server. All that info is posted in my bio. See my most recent TikTok video about my salary progression. Just give me a few minutes to answer all your questions. Usually I have several people hitting me up after this, so just be patient while I do so. Any of my tech that you see in any of my videos is also posted in my bio. For example, I just built a new PC, where I built a new Windows PC. So yeah, anyways, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I do these lives every 2 to 3 days. I try to post these on my YouTube when I can. But with that, I will leave you. I'm gonna go eat some awesome Chinese food. Hope you all have a great evening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.